Yeah, what's up, my nieces and nephews? I've been trying to upload, but my SD card, I don't know if it's I know it ain't my SD card, but my SD card reader or Adobe, something is going wrong. I don't know what the problem is, but we gonna upload. That's one thing we gonna do. I ain't gonna make no excuses out of it. I got my phone, I can record. It's a way for me to get some stuff out there to y'all, okay? Um, One thing I want to talk with y'all as I was walking, clearing my head. Well, first things first, give yourself some time to think, reflect, and come up with your ideas and things like that. Give yourself about an hour or so a day, or 30 minutes if you can. Give yourself time to figure out what it is that you want to do with your life. If you got your little nice park, you can walk around. Like I got a nice little park where I stay at, that I can walk around. I come here early in the morning, so I'm not bothered. I want you guys to understand that life is truly what you make it. Financially, we're going to talk about that today. One of the things that I want you guys to understand is that when you get financial freedom, you truly you have your time, you have the ability to go and actually see things, talk to people you would have never actually been in a setting with. Now I know people look at work like it's a slave mentality towards working. I don't personally see work as that, but I do see that the amount of time that is required during work is more so my situation. Should a person work? Yes. A man that don't work, don't eat. And I guarantee you, if you was starving until you was working, you'll find a job real quick. The point of the matter is financially. Let's break it down. Most people spend 40 hours out of a week regularly. And most people work really just to pay the bills. That's not necessarily the lifestyle that I want. I have my degree. For my nieces and nephews that don't know, I've had a various amount of jobs. But as far as my career, I've done, my work with ESPN Plus in the OVC conference. I've gotten a chance to meet a lot of people, some that are professionals, some that are semi-pro. It's cool and all, but it pays the bills, but that's about it. When you go into college or you go into your career, make sure that it is something that you understand is an investment. What I mean by that is, when you go to college, you're taking an investment on yourself. Most people are going into debt when they go to college. I would recommend anybody that is in a state that gives you free community college, tuition free. Go. Get your basics out the way. You're going to have to take the basic classes anyway. I want you guys to understand that the choices you make today are going to decide your tomorrow. Okay? So people that are in situations that they're in now is because of what they did yesterday. Okay? So when you understand those things, you understand how things happen, how things work. I want you guys to know that those doctors, those business owners, the people that worked at the banks, whatever, any of them, they all started somewhere. Okay? Just because you're starting today don't mean your tomorrow won't be where you want to be. Create your tomorrow. That's probably what I'm going to title this video. Yeah, sometimes when I make these videos, I don't necessarily, sometimes I have a subject, sometimes I don't. But when it goes to certain situations, y'all, when you're living your life, you must understand that you must have a purpose. You have to understand what it is that you're doing. I read a quote the other day: a man without purpose fills his time with pleasure. And sometimes that pleasure is not good for him. Okay, that goes for a man or a woman. You know, like you got these people who would drink their life away, smoke their life away. They ain't got nothing. Some folks, you know, hooping, football is life. That's the only thing that they feel is giving them purpose and meaning. You know, I was watching Last Chance U, and I was just like, good Lord. Some of these kids, if you want to check it out, Last Chance U on Netflix. There was a dude on there, I think in the third season, it was a community college in Kansas. One guy on there was named Emmett Goodwin. I met Emmett my senior year of high school. We graduated the same class. He went to a different high school though. Emmett was a very talented athlete. But you know, injury and GPA was his issues. You guys gotta know. Well, I'll finish this out because I be switching subjects like Charles Barkley. Oh man, my bad, y'all. But let me get back to it. The thing about Emmett had the skills to get to where he wanted to be. Let's say NFL. He's playing semi-pro right now, but he had the skill set to get to where he wanted to go. But Emmett wasn't disciplined in some of the other areas that he needed to be so that he could get to where he wanted to be at. You know, school wasn't his strong suit. I wasn't saying like he was just stupid or anything. Like when I talked to him, let's say, you know, like my senior year, when I met him, when he was athletically, I mean, just, he could do almost anything. That was just one of his things. He was there athletically, but academically, he wasn't there. I believe more so it was due to a lack of effort than it was anything else. But let's get back to it. The thing about it is, some tools you have to create. Some tools you have to create. Some things you have to build. But as long as you have, not necessarily the intellect, but as long as you have the understanding on what it is that you want to do, your purpose, your reasoning for doing it, you can do anything that you put your mind to. I know that sounds cliche, but it is what it is. Now back on the financial freedom situation. Y'all, this was supposed to be alive. let me say that real quick. This was supposed to be alive. But for some reason it's not letting me go live on this channel for some reason. It said I don't meet the requirements. So I had to do a webcam, but it ain't gonna stop me. So this I'm gonna probably chop this video up, and this is gonna be a long video, but I'm gonna probably chop it up a little bit. Cause I'm gonna be switching on different topics. But one thing is, financial freedom is one of the things that a lot of people my age or even older are still seeking. When you have the financial freedom to do whatever it is that you want to do, you can stay on that road, but you got to know what road you want to turn on. Now, let me stop being vague. When, let's say you go to college, you don't have to go to college to be successful. You don't have to. You just have to know the game. Sometimes college teaches you the game. Sometimes it don't. It may teach you a formal, like prime example. Certain things may show you, let me put it like this. College, for me going into my degree field, didn't teach me anything I didn't already know. I mean, aside from some of the history of cameras, you know, some artistry work, things like that. It didn't teach me anything. I didn't have to go to college to do what I do now, personally. Y'all already had my career before my degree. Now, would I have been in that position without college, like actually being offered the position, I would have never been there. The thing about college is college opens up the door for you in certain ways, okay? Or it puts you in the setting. That's what I would say is most valuable for college. College most valuable asset is not the degree, it's the setting it puts you in. You are literally in a classroom with future doctors, lawyers, plumbers, McDonald's workers, factory workers, business owners. The college setting is literally your oyster. When you understand that, you're in good company. Yeah, let me sit down for a sec. When you understand that, you're in good company. Let me get a little swig of this water. If you would have told me my first semester while I was in college, you're going to be working for ESPN or do some work for ESPN, you're going to be doing some work for PBS, I would have never believed you. Not to say that I didn't think I could achieve it, but at that time I was just like, I didn't necessarily know. How do you get to this point? There's a lot of people that watch these kind of videos, and y'all, I'm not a traditional channel. I would rather break this stuff down and kind of tell you guys how certain things happen, and what you can do, things like that. Let you know what your options are. If you're going into a career, understand what the career is. What does it take? What are you going to have to do? Do you got to go to college for it? Do you not have to go to college for it? Know the amount of money you want to make in a year. One of the reasons why I've had a very amount of jobs, y'all. When I used to work at Walmart, man, many of them workers are making less than $30,000 a year. I know when I was working there, if I would have stayed there a full year, I would have made about 27,000 or $30,000. That ain't much. I ain't poo-pooing no Walmart worker, because y'all definitely are worth it. And you can see what's going on today when you don't have people that are willing to serve. Not everybody can have this idea of themselves. Not everybody can understand or grasp concepts on you have the freedom and ability to create the life that you want. This is why I say the things that I say. Some people are just gonna have to serve. Some people are, especially if you don't get your life together. Things like sales, restaurants, that's service. The world goes around based off of service. What good does it do for you to make all this money, for you to make all this money, and then when you go to spend it, ain't nobody there to serve you. Ain't nobody there to help you with what it is that you're trying to do. Nobody's there to serve. Is that really a life that you want? To be this successful? And let's talk about that too. What does success mean to you? Does success mean you just waking up in the morning? And that ain't based off you. Now, how often that happens is up to you. Like I said, your choices from the day before determines your today. I want you guys to understand, life is truly what you make it. Ooh, spider webs. Ooh. Life is truly what you make it. Need you guys to understand the importance of that. I'm treating this like a live, y'all. I really am, so I ain't gonna cut out the mess ups. But this is me just talking to y'all, as if y'all on the walk with me, my nieces and nephews. When you going through financial or trying to find financial independence and things like that, go into a career, for one, that you know that you will enjoy doing. You don't have to love it, but you can like it. There's things about a job, every job, that you're not gonna like. Rather, it's the time that you gotta get up in the morning. Everybody, now here's the thing. Well, let me finish up my thought. Like I said, I be switching subjects like Charles Barkley. when you're going through processes and trying to understand where you want to have your mold in this world, you got to understand, for one, who you are. This is why I was so heavy on the character, how to find character, discipline, purpose, things like that. This is why I was heavy on those things, because you have to know those answers before you step into a career field or something, because your career field is going to test you and see who you really are. Life is going to test you on who you really are. The choices that you make, or excuse me, the decisions that you make based off of your choices. See, life gives you choices, but you can decide the choices. Put it like this. The work and the things that you do today, or excuse me, no, forget that. Yesterday, the things you did yesterday are going to affect the choices you have to make today. The choices you make today are going to affect the options you have tomorrow. How to copyright that? Oh yeah, man. Oh man. I don't know if I'll say that right again. But you heard it first. Here. Need you guys to understand that, yeah, life is truly what you make it. I'll probably just upload this whole thing or something. But yeah. Now there's another topic too, but let me finish out the financial independence though. Financial independence, you have to understand. How do you want financial independence? Do you want to go through the school system? No. Okay. Do you want to open up your own business? No. What do you want to do? You can't just do what you do and then make money from it. You got to understand, for one, how money works. Okay? One thing that I understood when it came to I don't know if I said this in the other video, but I'll say it here. One thing that I had to understand when I got out into the world and I was working was, how does money work? How is money revolving? And now the average person is starting to see how money works to an extent, because it's right here in your face on the things that's going on with the American dollar going down in value. There was a video of a country, they're literally throwing their money out, throwing the money in the garbage. What was the name of the country? I usually do better with this, but I don't know the name of the country, but what you gonna say it, for example? It's one, if I'm not mistaken, one of the European countries. It wasn't an African country, but I'm just throw out a name for the dollars that they got. One of the things was the like, what was it, like 1,000? I'm just saying some balukus or whatever. 1,000 balukus was like 28 American cents. The money was worthless. They printed out so much of it. A lot of people aren't understanding the concept or the understanding of money. When they say money, well, let's give a history lesson. Money, well, the concept of money is having something of value. What makes money value? The paper itself isn't valuable. It's what backs the money that is valuable. Okay? So let's put it like this. It's not that the demand for the dollar isn't high. The gold that's supposed to be backing, or the silver that's supposed to be backing the money, is what's valuable. You only print as much as you have that's backing it. Meaning, let's put it in a supply demand kind of situation. Your house only gets higher in value, not because it's a house, but it's because people want a house. The demand is what determines the value. The demand, not for the dollar, but the demand for the gold and the silver, is what's valuable. You see what I'm saying? I'm just kind of break it down to where it's understanding. Your average person now is having to understand the value of the dollar or the value of money today, because now, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I wouldn't be surprised if the next generation or the generation after, they're gonna have to have 2 jobs. They're gonna have to. Y'all, I don't even know if Social Security will be around when we get older. And here I am having to talk about this, and this was discussion when I was younger. They keep pushing it further and further back. The so-called average black man don't live really past 57. Social Security is what? 65, 67? One thing that got me was my grandfather had passed away. He enjoyed retirement. He worked all his life. One thing that he did was when he retired, he only got a chance to enjoy that retirement money for 5 years, and he passed away. Imagine working all your life and only being able to enjoy it for 5 years. You know what I'm saying? One of the things that you guys got to understand, for one, you got to protect your health. The financial freedom and all that stuff, all that talk is cool. But you got to understand, life is truly what you make, and how long you want to be here to enjoy it is determined on how you treat yourself. You know? That's why I said, what are you willing to do to get it? Do you think the bodybuilders gonna be able to live with a long life expectancy? Not really. But they accepted that. They accepted what came with the profession. That's what they wanted to do. And a lot of them try their best. You know? Let's say, I want to go into detail on the financial freedom. I'm going to say that for another video. I'm just kind of just talking with y'all. One thing that when I was talking about the value of the dollar and things like that, boy, I thought that was a snake. I was about to get down. Y'all would have seen me run about a 4 flat in flip-flops. Boy. Man, that lost my train of thought. Okay, yeah, the value of the dollar and things like that. Yeah, the common person is going to have to understand, financial freedom is truly a great desire to have, but you have to know what it is you want to do. My financial freedom plan, first off, this is how I think you ain't got to do it, but it's just a thought, something you could try. For me, I think you should get a career, something foundational, okay? Something that's going to always be there. There's always going to be a demand for it. Whether that's maintenance, whether that's a trade like plumbing, I ain't going to say construction, but, things are always going to be built, but you need people that have the money to do that. And that's a contractual obligation, that's more so on some seasonal kind of thing. You'll need to be near a city or where a lot of things are growing. I ain't really a city kind of guy, but get you something, let's say a trade. For those of you that want to know what trades, what is it? What, everybody's like, oh, do a trade, go into a career. I'll be a little bit more specific. You can get you, like me. Okay. I'm going back to school. Well, excuse me. I'm going through Google certification to get into IT. Y'all, tech is going to be around for the long haul, and the money is going to be good. You have to understand. Matter of fact, now I'm gonna make a video separately about that. But yeah, you can go into tech. You get Google certification. Just Google certification. You have to put some legwork in. I can't tell you everything. Not that I don't want to, but you got to be willing to put some legwork in. Go to your Google certification. You can, of course, go to school, go to college. You can go to a community college, get a trade. With welding or something like that. Welding, man, you bare minimum gonna make $25 an hour. And it's gonna be somebody talking about oh man, I work at Amazon, I make $25 an hour. Bro, I'm just saying, welding is always gonna be around. Amazon just let off a whole bunch of people. Amazon, a lot of things with these corporations, their bottom line is the money. I can't be mad at Jeff Bezos. Everybody was on his ass about that yacht he had. And there was like, but you can't pay your workers anymore. Well, first off, I can't really say anything to a man who started up a business with his buddy by himself. There was a point in time, There was a point in time when Jeff Bezos was Amazon's only employee. Y'all can Google the picture of him. He wrote Amazon on a bed sheet. In his first office he had Amazon on a bed sheet, Amazon.com, with a magic marker. And he was the only employee. I can't be mad at a man who started a company and turned it into something we all use now. He created a service serving people. Do you see how all this comes full circle, y'all? He created a service that served people. He was willing to put in the work, the legwork, to create what it is that everybody uses today. That's how he got his fortune. He saw what was needed and he used it. Took advantage of the internet, yes, and created something from it. Oh boy. But look, that's Uncle Trey's little talk for today, because it's getting a little cold out here. We're gonna talk later on, okay? I just wanted to put this out, y'all. Let y'all know how I think about things when I do these walks. You don't have to always have a structure. Have a structure with how you think, but when you're how should I say this? Have an actual process when you think, but understand where you're trying to go. You get what I'm saying? Know where you want to go. And let your foundations be solid. I'm talking kind of vaguely because I'm really hitting on different points. But this video is kind of going on a little long. Sounds like I'm rambling about a whole bunch of everything, a whole bunch of nothing. But I just kind of wanted to kind of let y'all in on when you start to understand the world and you start understanding the people in it and you start understanding the processes and then you figure out what it is that you want to do, there's no reason why you can't succeed. Like I said, life is truly what you make it. We already got the first things out the way with character, purpose, things like that. When you figure out your purpose, it's easy money, man. Your story is being written right now. Imagine you walking around and someone's filming a documentary about your life. Would you be proud of what they see, of what people see? If you're the type to not care about what other people think, that's fine. But to achieve financial freedom and things like that, nobody ever does it by themselves. Nobody ever does it by themselves. So quit acting like you have to figure it out on your own. Uncle Trey here. Y'all can leave some comments, man. Don't bother me. I'll be willing to answer, talk with you guys. This is a place where you can come and you can think along with me. We can actually talk, have discussions on certain things. Now, don't get me wrong, too. You know, I'm a man. I have my own set thought processes, but I could be wrong on certain things, too. You know? But I'm going to end it here. A little chilly. I'm probably going to grab me some breakfast. Keep these thoughts in the back of your head, because when we get to talking about certain things, I'm going to refer back to certain videos. So just kind of keep a side note with the things that I say. You know, if you want to expound upon certain things, you can. But I'll get back with you guys. Peace.